As Stella sat in the wish tank conference room, she couldn't believe she had just graduated Starling Academy 2 years earlier. Now she was part of the esteemed wish tank, waiting for her colleagues to arrive and hear her presentations on the findings from her most recent wish mission. As she looked out the window, Stella suddenly was overcome by a strong sense that something big was about to happen. It was the same jolt of positive energy she had felt shortly after beginning her job there. When she first proposed what had officially become known as the Wish Motivation Protocol, an approach to wish missions that was largely based on the research used in her Wish Science Fair project. In the 2 star years since the protocol had been put in place, Stella and the other wish grantees in the wish tank had gone on countless wish missions, but with a new focus. To help encourage wishling girls other than the primary wisher to believe in themselves and make more good wishes. Their missions had been hugely successful, ultimately resulting in an exponential rise in positive wish energy on Starland. And the most recent assignment had been Stella's most successful to date, generating a full 10 good wish orbs from girls she had come into contact with while on her mission. It was the highest number anyone in the wish tank had achieved, and Stella was eager to share her new insights with the team. She sat a bit taller in her chair as the other members of the wish tank began entering the room, chatting happily with each other as they sipped from travel mugs full of hot zing and took their seats. Then, at last, Skylar, the lead advisor in the group, arrived. Her hair fell like a long cape of yellow curls halfway down her back, and she wore a glittery gold version of the standard silver lab coat worn by the rest of the wish tank staff. "Thank you for being here, everyone," Skylar said with a warm smile as she stood at the head of the glass conference table. "I know we were all expecting Stella to present the findings from her most recent wish mission today, and while I'm sure that she's eager to share the details, I'm afraid we're going to have to postpone her report for now. I need to speak to Stella first." Almost immediately, all the positive energy that had been flowing in the room felt as if it had been sucked out. What could be more important than Stella's news about garnering 10 new good wish orbs from her last mission? As if reading Stella's thoughts, Skylar said, "I'm sorry I can't tell you anything more for the moment, but I hope to be able to soon enough." She then turned to Lena, who had been working in the wish tank for nearly 8 star years and, as a result, was the second highest ranking member of the group. "Lena, can you please lead the rest of the meeting?" "Of course," Lena replied, adjusting the star-shaped clip in her cropped lavender hair. "Stella," Skylar then said as she headed for the door, "can you please come with me?" Stella's concern increased. What was this about, exactly? Had something gone wrong on her last mission without Stella realizing it? She wasn't so sure she wanted to find out. But she didn't exactly have a choice, so she slowly rose to her feet and blinked a farewell to the rest of the wish tank staff before following Skylar out of the conference room. Once they were in the hallway, Skylar glanced over at Stella. "Oh, don't look so worried," she said with a kind smile. "Come on, I have something extremely important to share with you." The flutter focuses in Stella's stomach settled down ever so slightly as Skylar led her through the shimmering blue corridors of the wish tank building. A few moments later, they arrived at the gold door leading out to the Wish World launch pad, where wish grantees caught the shooting stars that took them on their wish missions. "What's going on?" Stella asked, unable to take the suspense any longer. "You'll see," Skylar replied as she placed her palm on the scanner next to the launchpad door, prompting it to slide open. Once outside, Stella followed Skylar across the sparkling blue deck and over to a short launchpad worker with fiery orange hair sticking out of his head in all directions. As soon as he saw the wish tank advisor, he reached into a silver cabinet and retrieved a glowing wish orb, which he carefully handed to Skylar. "Stella," Skylar said, turning around and holding up the orb, which had an almost blinding aura, "I believe this wish orb presents a unique opportunity for you. And for the wish tank, one that could take our wish motivation protocol to an entirely new level." Stella inhaled and examined the surface of the orb. It swirled in shades of emerald, blue, and silver, almost like a replica of Wishworld itself. In the 2 star years she'd been going on wish missions, she'd never seen one quite like it. Stella was nearly speechless. "Really?" "Yes." Skylar nodded solemnly. "I can't tell you much more, except to say that this is bound to be your most important, but also most challenging, wish mission yet. Stella blinked as she stared up at her mentor. And the flutter focuses returned to her stomach. But this time it was pure excitement rather than worry that was triggering the flutter focuses, and the sense that something big was about to happen, just as she had speculated. Stella looked at the orb again as Skylar handed it to her. "Are you ready?" she asked. "I think so," Stella replied, holding the orb with both hands as she followed Skylar over to two star wranglers, who were waiting to attach her to a shooting star so she could make her trip down to Wish World. "Good luck," Skylar called out to Stella once she was fastened to the star. "Thank you," Stella called back. With that, she was on her way. She had been on enough Wish missions at that point and was even used to the exhilarating journey experience down to Wish World. But somehow this mission felt different. This time Stella was overcome with a thrilling anticipation unlike anything she had ever experienced, and she could hardly wait to see where this extra special Wish mission was about to take her.